Hey guys, let's start with a new lab, which is user ID control by request parameter with password disclosure. So, so the lab has a user account page that contains the current user existing password pre-filled in a mask input. To solve the lab, retrieve the admin password, then use it to delete the user Carlos. Okay, you can log into your own account using the following credential Viner Peter. Okay, so see this lab, okay, is what it is saying. The lab has a user account page that contains the current user existing password pre-filled in a mask input. To solve the lab, retrieve the administrator password, then use it to delete Carlos. Okay, now you would be saying, hey, how would I don't think so this particular scenario you would be finding the real world app application nowadays. Okay, definitely, but what here you will get, try to understand. See, whenever there are some, in some cases we have seen, suppose there is a button. Okay, we have seen like a button is being disabled in the front end. Why it is being disabled? Because you don't have the right to access that particular functionality. Maybe there would be another privilege, another guy who is an admin who has the right to access that particular functionality, like for example assign or something. What you have done is you have just let me show you once. Let's say what is this Viner na? To solve the retrieve the administrator, login into your own account Viner, and this is Peter. Okay, let's see. What is this? Okay, update password, update password, update password. Okay, Wine account. Let's try to access Carlos from here itself. Let's see what can happen. Okay. What is this? Let's see the inspect element. Okay, and what is this? Password value is equal to password. Hey, we can do one thing also then. We can try with administrator. TRATOR administrator. Username administrator. I got this password. Let's go to the inspect element once, and this is the value. Which is the value? This. Okay, this is the value. Let's go to the my log account, log out from the account, go to the my account. Okay, administrator, okay, and let's try to access this password, and let's see. Now see, I have an admin panel. Okay, and I delete the Carlos. Now what happens here? Now you would be saying, hey, how, what do you, I don't think so this would be, I would be finding this particular. No, definitely. But there are two main things you have to understand. First thing, whenever, see, there are two things you have to try to find: horizontal privilege escalation, where you have to check some ID or something, where you will manipulate, try to find IDOR or something. Okay, second thing, I have seen in many web application, okay, where suppose I log in into an account. Okay, suppose I log in into an application with my rights. Okay, with my rights. Okay, and there is a form page, where I there are two buttons: submit and assign. I don't have this, I am not able to access, I'm not able to use this functionality, which assign. Why? This has been disabled, from the front end. Okay, now what I did is I just click on the inspect element, okay, and what I will be doing is I will be just doing some changes here. I'm not able to show you. Okay, like for example, I just click on this admin. Okay, uh, one second, let's click on this, inspect element, and what I did is there was a value. Okay, there was a value here, in some is enable is equal to true and disable is equal to true. Enabled is equal to true and disabled. What I did is I just did disable is equal to false. I sorry, enabled is equal to false, disable is equal to true. I did is enabled is equal to true and disable is equal to false. And click on that assign button also. Okay, and it was able to, and in the backend there was no check whether assign button value should be accepted. Button value should be, and there was some value like assigned work order or something, except by the normal user. Okay, by the normal user. Okay, check whether assign value should be accepted by normal user. No, that it was being accepted. And when I log in from admin credential, means my higher privilege credential, suppose L1, L2, there is an L1 credential, means some basic right, L2 more right, I was able, this assign functionality was already enabled. That means you are doing some changes at the means there means they have implemented the control at only at browser level. They have just disabled that, okay, in the HTML. When the HTML page comes from the server, they have just in the HTML they have written enabled is equal to false, disabled is equal to true. But the hacker who what he has done is he just used the inspect element, enable is equal to true, enabled disable is equal to false. Okay, now in the backend they are not verifying whether this is true or false, and which can lead to horizontal privilege escalation, which can lead to anything. Okay, where I'm able to perform the write which is not under my control. Okay, so where we can do the, this is a perfect example of broken access control. So don't think that, okay, where I definitely I this is this scenario you won't be getting anywhere, where you will be getting password in the 100 not, I would say 200% you won't get anywhere. Okay, it was being this particular scenario, this particular vulnerability was before 5 to 7 years, 10 years, not now. But this particular concept and this particular methodology where you can use inspect element and use some changes in the front end, you can find many vulnerabilities, and I'm sure this has been used by many bug hunters, many hackers in the real world to find CVs or something. Okay, so make sure you note this point. Okay, use some inspect element. So I will also add this in the note. Use inspect element to do some changes, enable or disable, and check the response and check the functionality. This is what will make you the real world pen tester. Okay, yes, simple. So thank you so much, guys. So this was the main part I just need to say. And second thing, one more thing, there was also a horizontal privilege escalation. Why? Because from ID I was able to access. So there are two things. Inspect element, there was two vulnerability. One, horizontal privilege escalation, which is known as broken as access control, and second thing, using inspect element, the pre-filled mask input. Okay, where using inspect element I'm able to get the password. Okay, so there was two things. So thank you so much, guys, for seeing this lab. Welcome.